Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here today for Yin Yoga. My name's Kelly Skinner, and I am, as always, thrilled to be here to serve you. So make sure you take a moment to grab any props that you have around your house that you can use, pillows, blankets. If you have a yoga block or bolster, you can use that too. So gather that and we'll head to our mats. And we'll start with just a brief meditation practice just to arrive and center ourselves. So find something to sit on so that your hips are higher than your knees. And then find a comfortable seat. Your legs can be crossed in front of you like mine are here. You also could bring your knees in front of you, bring your feet back, right? Sitting like this. Whatever you need to do to find a long spine. And then allow your eyes to close or bring your gaze softly to one point. And I'll invite you today to actually keep your palms facing up, if that feels okay, resting them on your lap, which is a posture, an offering of generosity and of receiving. And soften your shoulders down your back. Let your pelvis get heavy, your belly gets soft, your spine gets long. And notice your breath here. And what messages it may be telling you today, right? Our rhythm and quality of our breath can be very indicative of our mental state, our emotional state, our mood, our attitude. And if we can become receptive to listening. So as you come into stillness, maybe for the first time since you climbed out of bed, notice how whatever has happened in your day thus far is showing up in your experience. We soften into our physical bodies so we can start to loosen the grip around the mind. Right? Noticing thoughts, noticing emotion, noticing sensation without getting attached to them, without attaching meaning to them. And focus your attention now on your breath. What is its rhythm, its shape, its depth? And with our palms facing up here, it's this mentality of generously giving, right, of yourself. Right? What are you here to do today? How can you serve others today? And also being open to receiving, right? Receiving guidance, receiving that which you need. And as you consider what those things may be, begin to deepen and lengthen your breath, right? Consciously, intentionally. And for the next few rounds of breath, see if you can allow your exhale to be 2 counts longer than your inhale. Just a simple breathing technique to ground, to relax the nervous system. One more round like this. And draw a deep breath in through your nose, filling up. Open your mouth, exhale, let it all go. And draw your hands to your heart space, palm to palm, right in front of your chest. We'll take our shared intention for our yin practice. I vow now to open to awareness for the benefit of all beings. I appreciate its immeasurable value and feel it is possible for me, moment to moment, regardless of condition. Allow your chin to fall to your chest. Release your palms. Take a breath in here. And exhale, let it go. Allow your eyes to flutter open and gaze lifts. Beautiful. So come off of, if you're on a yoga block, come off of your block. If you have a blanket, I encourage you to sit right on the edge of your blanket. We'll start here with a seated side bend. So if you are sitting with your legs crossed, I encourage you to bring the opposite shin in front, the one that feels really strange. This feels really weird for me to be in, and it's great for our body to learn a new pattern here. So to start, just bring your hands to your palms to your knees. And even if you're sitting with your knees in front, you can still do this, palms to your knees. And just start taking some circles here. So your palms are planted, they stay connected on your knees. And start to just move your body in a circular motion. And notice what you feel here. Right? For me, I feel this through my left outer hip, up the left side of my low back. Right? And each of our bodies will show up differently based on what we've been doing or not doing. And then switch the direction of that movement of that circle. Just flow. As you do this, maybe open your mouth, release your jaw. Yeah. And we'll come back to center. We'll start with a side bend to the right. So you'll walk your right hand out to the side. And then on an inhale, reach your left arm up and over and extend towards that right knee, right? The right side of your body. So option one is to rest here, and we'll just stay here for maybe just a couple minutes here. You also could put your hand on a pillow, on a block. You could put your forearm down on a prop and then reach. So the arm can stay extended, or you can drop your arm right in your elbow crease right onto your head. And let your head be heavy, let your neck fall. So we're opening all through the left side body here, pretty deeply. And you want to keep your left sitting bone on the mat so you're not lifting way up as you extend. Yeah. And then open your mouth, release your jaw. And see if you can relax both shoulders. Notice what's changed in the shape of your breath since we changed the shape of our body. And if it becomes too much at any point to have the arm overhead, you can bring your hand back to your left hip. And the right ear is falling towards your right shoulder. Right? Really deep neck stretch here as well. And we'll take one more minute here. Let the lower jaw hang from the upper. If your arm is overhead, bring your left hand back to your hip. Take your right hand to the right side of your head and lift your skull to lift your torso up. Exhale at the top. Yeah, and then we'll switch sides. So move the prop, if you used it, to the left side of your body. Left palm comes to the mat, left forearm or forearm on a prop. Okay, and start with the right hand on your right hip. Let your left ear fall to your left shoulder as you let your side body move to the left. You can keep your right hand on your hip, right, or reach the arm overhead. So if you reach your arm overhead and resting the elbow crease on your head, it's a deeper side body stretch, I find, in my experience. If you keep your right hand on your right hip, it's a deeper stretch through the neck. Right, so just decide where you want to go. We'll take a couple of minutes here. Just really being with your experience right now in this moment. In yin yoga can seem really counterintuitive in many ways. I know when I first started practicing, I'm like, wait, I sit still and don't even stretch to my fullest variation for 3 to 5 minutes? What? Hey, we're so used to putting in our best effort. We're so used to doing that it can be very counterintuitive to slow down. Right? But in the slowing down and the taking of time and space in these shapes, that's really where the magic happens. It's really where we're able to release stuck energy, tension, emotion that so often we don't even know we're carrying around with us. Not only is yin a deep release for the physical body, a deep letting go of tension and stretching, right? It's an emotional and mental release. It can truly be an antidote to stress, to control. Let's take a few more breaths here. Release your jaw, soften your shoulder. And if your right arm is overhead, place your right hand back on your hip. Left fingertips come to the side of your skull. Slowly lift your head up to lift your torso. And exhale at the top. And we just pause here for a moment to notice the effects. More length through your side body, space through your neck. Right, release through the features of your face, your jaw. And then we take the time to notice cause and effect. So from here, we'll extend our legs out long on the mat. We'll take a forward fold here. So if you are sitting on the edge of a blanket, you could stay there. Right, if you'd like to, you can bend your knees. You could put a blanket or a pillow under your knees. I like to keep my feet hip distance apart here, right? And so you're going to fold forward from there. Your hands could rest on your feet. They could rest alongside the body. And it's really nice to put a prop between your legs, right? Hence the hip distance apart. So if you have a block or some pillows that you could stack. You could bring them between your legs so that you can support the weight of your head as you fall forward. And we'll take maybe 4 or so minutes here. So really take our time. Forward folds are really great for our immunity, nourishing our immune system, our kidneys, which are associated with the quality of our energy, our battery pack, right, based in Chinese medicine. Right, and when our battery pack is running low, right, we're more susceptible to get sick. Our immune system defenses are compromised, right? When our battery packs are full, we have more energy, we're able to fight sickness. And then you may find that as we hold here, there's more space created, so you could always scoot your heels a little farther forward, legs move closer to straight, right? Or you keep them bent, you back off. Really looking to find your edge, right? So that space right between too much effort and not enough. And once you find your edge, you resolve to remain still. And we take time then in the shape to observe what arises. And as part of our intention, I open to awareness for the benefit of all beings. And feel it is possible for me moment to moment, regardless of condition. So even when it's uncomfortable, what do you observe? And how is becoming aware of that able to serve you? Right? What information does it give you? And perhaps you learn about the tone in which you speak to yourself, the type of thoughts you have, and how your body reacts to different shapes, right? All of which better equips you to be more aware when you're interacting with other people. First comes self-awareness, and then you can share that awareness, that presence. If your head is supported by a prop, let it get really heavy. Your head's completely held up by the prop. And relax your ankles. You don't have to flex your feet towards your face. Soften your jaw. And allow your breath to be your guide here. Allow your breath to be the symphony, the background music. As we slow down and eliminate distraction, we get still so we can really pay attention. A few more breaths here. really slowly out of this shape. So keep your head heavy. Walk your fingertips back towards your seat and start to peel one vertebra at a time. The spine back up, head drops up flat. And exhale at the top. And just pause for a moment, notice the effects of this shape, the quality of your energy within your body. And then move any props to the side. And across your ankles. We'll come down onto our bellies from here. We'll start in crocodile. So the elbows come wide, palms stack, rest your forehead. And then roll to the pinky toe side of both feet. The ankles fall open, which widens your low back, your sacrum. And stay right here, or stack your fists, one on top of the other. Rest your forehead there. It's like a little back bend here. Your chest is off the mat. That's option 2. Option 3 is to come up onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. Yeah. So in any variation, your pelvis is heavy, your pubic bone's on the earth. You're in Sphinx, your elbows are a little bit more narrow than shoulder distance and a little in front of your shoulders. Then let your shoulders slouch towards your ears. Keep your head lifted as if you were dropping it back on a shelf. Or drop your head forward, opening through the back of your neck into the shoulders. Take a few minutes here. And a natural hammocking of the spine forward. With the counter to our rounding forward. Right here we're opening through our chest and upper back. There be a little space between the 2 rows of your teeth. Soften your tongue. Unwrinkle your forehead. Relax your face. Really tuning into the movement of your breath as you inhale and exhale. Observing sensation through your chest, upper back, your low back. Right, what do you feel? Where do you feel it? And then what does the mind do with that information? Any reactions to your sensation or reactions to your own thoughts? And we're cultivating this evenness of mind, this equanimity. And you're observing what is arising, and whether you like it or don't like it, it's comfortable or uncomfortable. Can you hold it with the same amount of care, compassion, kindness? And off your mat, no matter what happens to you in your life, as you practice this equanimity of mind on the mat, you start to practice this in your life. No matter what happens, right, you keep that equipose. You know that things will shift and change, yet you remain steady, trusting, balanced. Even in times of discomfort. We'll take one more minute, either stay right here, you could lower down one level, or you could come up one level. And the next level above Sphinx is seal pose, so pressing into your palms, straightening your arms. Hands can be farther away, right? If you have any low back discomfort, or hands can walk closer towards your pelvis. Wherever you are, we'll slowly lower all the way down into the belly now. Elbows come wide, palms stack, rest your forehead on your hands. Rock your hips from side to side. If you'd like to, bend your knees, drop your ankles from side to side. Yeah, and then send your legs out long. We'll take a shoulder opener. We have that request. So we'll take broken wings. So arms come straight out to a T. And let's start with the right side. So your right palm is planted straight out from your right shoulder. Bring your right ear down to the mat. And touch your left fingers, and you're going to roll onto your right side. And so the top of your right shoulder stays on the mat. You can stay here with your legs stacked, or bend, bend the left knee, plant your left foot. Right, and if things open up, you can always scoot your hips farther under. Maybe the left sitting bone comes closer to the mat. Maybe you plant both feet. It's just an option. We'll just take a few minutes on each side here. If your head doesn't comfortably come to the mat, you could put a blanket underneath it. Right, and this can be a super intense shape, so be really mindful of your movement. Make sure that right shoulder stays completely on the mat, the front of your shoulder. Notice shifts in the shape of your breath. Begin to come out of the pose. Left leg extends, you come back onto your belly. And left arm comes out to a T. Rest your chin on your forehead. Just take a breath. And then we'll take the other side. So left palm comes straight out from your left shoulder. Left ear comes down. And you'll roll over onto your left side now. Right fingertips are tented. The front of your left shoulder stays on the mat. Right leg extends out long. Right, you can stack the legs or bend that top leg and plant your foot. Couple minutes here. And as we move deeper into our class, I'll leave more time for silence, more time for observation, for contemplation, right? Remembering that your breath is always there for you to come back to the present moment, to begin again. When you find that your mind has wandered to whatever's going to happen after class, or worrying about the future, thinking about the past, right? See if you can catch yourself in that. Meet yourself with kindness. Then come back to an aspect of your embodied experience, right? The sensation in your body, what you feel, where you feel it. Your breath, its movement in your body, how it shifts as we move through these different shapes. Your emotional state. And your mind's reaction to any and all of that. Learning to come out of the shape, right? Like it extends, come back onto your belly, bring your pelvis back to center. Right, arms can come right alongside your body now, chin or forehead down, take a breath. And let it go. And press into your palms. We'll rise up to tabletop. And just take a little counter pose here, just not for long. We'll come to child's pose. So hips drop back towards your heels, reach your arms forward, rest your forehead. Let's take a minute here as a counter pose. Releasing through the low back. Right, in any variation that you love most about child's pose. Knees could be together, arms alongside your body, or knees wide, arms reach out in front of you. Stimulating your sixth chakra here, your third eye, your place of inner knowing, of wisdom, of intuition. Right at the forehead center. You take one or two more breaths here. And use an inhale to rise up through to tabletop. Knees come right underneath your hips. And we'll take a lizard pose from here, also called dragon in yin yoga. So from here, you'll step your right foot outside of your right hand. So it's nice and wide towards the edge of your mat. Okay, and then we have options here. Your palms can plant right underneath your shoulders, arms stay straight. Your pelvis is moving forward and down. You just make sure your knee doesn't go beyond your ankle in that step. Right, and then you could use support. You could take a pillow or stacked blankets or something and bring your hands there if you want a little more height. You also can come deeper, bringing forearms down to the mat or to a prop. Yeah, and so, right, in yin, we're finding our edge. So you're not at your deepest variation. You're finding that space between too much effort and not enough. A space in which you can resolve to remain still. A space where you can still breathe with a sense of ease. Right, and so you can keep your right foot planted, or you can roll to the pinky toe edge of your right foot, let your right knee fall open. It changes where you're experiencing the sensation of it here. It moves a little bit more into your upper groin. You decide, and just pick whichever variation and then drop right in. We're going to take 2 more minutes here. I like to bring my palms together to touch here and then use my thumbs to support my third eye as I drop my head. And if your forearms are on a prop. Right, and soften where you can, your shoulders, your jaw, your face. Let your head hang. And use your breath as a tool. Deepen and lengthen it. Follow your breath. And if you're on your forearms, you'll plant your palms and slowly lift up. We'll take a breath here, inhale. And as you exhale, begin to just scoot your hips back here a little bit. Pause. Yeah. And move a prop out of the way if it was in front of you. And you'll come back forward again and start to walk your right foot to the left edge of your mat. And then you're going to sit all the way onto your right sitting bone. Yeah, so we're going to take a deer pose from here. So you're sitting on your right sitting bone. You're going to pull your right shin forward so that it's parallel to the top of your mat. Then pull your back knee forward so that your quad, your left quad, is parallel to the top of your mat. Okay, then from here, you're going to turn over your right knee, right shin, lengthen your spine. And you'll exhale and fold forward. So this is it's called deer pose. It's a variation of sleeping swan or pigeon. So we're getting into sort of a different spot in our hip. And then support yourself. So you could stack your fists, you could find a pillow blanket and place that under your head, or maybe your head comes all the way down to the earth. Mine doesn't really feel comfortable there. Put something under my head. And we'll take a few minutes here. Oh, the hips. A place that we hold so much tension, both physically, right, from how we exercise or how much we sit, but also emotionally, stress, anger, sadness that tends to be stored in our hips and in our jaw, right, which are closely, two joints closely related. So as you soften around your hip joint here into this shape. See if you can also soften around your jaw. Relax your arms and your shoulders. And open to receiving here. Your yoga practice is really a way to receive and fill up our own cup, if you will, or fill up our vessel, our body, so that we're able to then serve others off the mat. First, we have to take care of ourselves. And press into your fingertips. Use an inhale to slowly rise up. Exhale at the top. And scoot the prop aside. And plant your palms and we'll step back to tabletop here. And you can either make hip circles or move through cat-cow, right? Or take a downward facing dog, right? Or any combination of all of those things. Yeah, just move in a way that feels organic, natural, fluid. And you're able to find a little release. And then when you feel complete, we'll meet back on hands and knees and move through that hip sequence on the other side. Right? So the left foot is going to step way forward now. Right, the right knee can walk back. So your left knee is right over your left ankle. And both hands are inside your left ankle. Right, so we prepare for lizard. So you'll stay right here, palms planted, arms straight, or find a prop. Give yourself a little height. And you could plant your palms here, right? Feeling all that opening through your right top of your thigh, the psoas, hip flexor. And again, option to deepen. You could bring your forearms to a prop or forearms to the earth. If you did it on the other side, you could roll to the pinky toe side of your left foot, the knee falls open. If you're on your forearms and you want to bring your palms to touch, you can drop your head and bring your thumbs right to your third eye, like right around the top of your nose, and then rest your head there. Open your mouth, release your jaw, soften your shoulders. And here we are. Noticing where you're going, what's happening in your mind. Remembering that quality of equipoise, equanimity. Even through discomfort, you could maintain that, knowing that the discomfort will shift without trying to force it away. And then the comfort will also shift without getting attached to it. And what is there for you to receive here? Whether it's a release, it's an opening, or maybe an insight into your mind's eye. Into a pattern that you have. Just another few breaths. Moving slowly if you're on your forearms. Press into your palms, straighten your arms up your chest. And then from here, draw your hips back. Yeah, slide your left foot back a little bit. And scoot the prop out of the way. And then plant your palms again and walk your left foot over to the right edge of your mat, the other side. And then your shin comes down, then you're going to sit onto your left sitting bone. Yeah, good. And then your left shin comes parallel to the top of your mat. You pull it forward and up. And the back leg, the right leg, comes forward and up so that your right shin is parallel to the top of your mat. Left sitting bone stays rooted, and from here, you fold forward. So you might come onto your forearms. Again, you might put your hands on the prop to stay lifted. All right, fold forward deeper. It could feel nice to support your head. Yeah. A few minutes here and be curious. How does this side feel different than the other side? You really don't even need to know why. You don't need to explain it. You just notice the difference in sensation and be curious about it. Huh, okay. Gathering information. Notice any emotions that come up or changes in your breath. And if you choose to, really commit to being here in this shape, in this moment, on this day. You notice the sounds around you, wherever it is that you're practicing. And whether the conditions are exactly the way that you'd like them to be, can you still choose to accept them without judgment? And sometimes the answer is yes to that, sometimes it's no. Again, you're gathering information. What are your patterns? few more breaths. And slowly rising, use an inhale to lift your spine up. And draw your right leg forward. You just cross your ankles. Actually, rather, let's bring our feet wide. Bend your knees and wrap your arms in front of your shins and just drop your head, and we'll notice the effects right here. And lift your head back up and bring your hands right behind you and let both knees fall to the right. Lift your left sitting bone. And then switch sides. Knees fall to the left. Lift your right sitting bone. And just do that a few times. Windshield wipering your legs from side to side in the way that works for you. Release your jaw. And come back to center. And from here, we'll prepare for final rest. So coming all the way down onto your back, you could take a bolster or a rolled blanket and put it under your knees. Lying down, feet are to the edges of your mat, ankles fall open. If you have a yoga block and you want a little bit more of a neck release, so you can take your block and put it under your head right at the base of your skull. It's just an option. If you have a blanket or something you want to add a little weight to the body, you can place it over the midsection of your body. And if you have more time in your day or in your practice and you want to take any final shapes, supine twist or something like this, you're welcome to do that before coming into final rest. We'll meet you there. And let go of any final control, or if you've been involved in the shape of your breath, and you can let that go. You feel the places in which your physical body is connected and supported by the earth. The backs of your ankles, right, your heels, and the earth. Your calves and the earth. Your buttocks, muscles, and your sitting bones and the earth. Pelvis heavy. Your shoulder blades and the earth. Torso melting. The tops of your hands and the earth. Open to receiving. And the back of your head and the earth. Mind at rest. Shavasana. Complete surrender. And allow your breath to deepen. Invite gentle movement back into your physical body, wiggling toes, fingers. And in your time, draw your knees into your chest, roll them to one side. And we'll press up to a final seat. Sitting tall, let your eyes close. And taking a moment here to really honor your practice and this resonance within your body. Notice, shine light on any subtle shifts. And draw a deep breath in through your nose, filling up. Open your mouth slowly, exhale, let it all go. And draw your hands to your heart center, Anjali Mudra, and perhaps bring someone to mind to send the benefits of your practice out to. Maybe someone who's in need of a little extra love or energy sent their way. May we learn to be happy for those that are happy, be compassionate for those that are suffering, be joyful for those that are virtuous, and be indifferent to those that are wicked. And bowing your head to your heart, may your practice be a means of inner listening and becoming. And together we say, Namaste. Namaste to each of you. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Have a beautiful rest of your day.